Hello, people. My name is Calibos. The only boss. Oh, wait, what else? Have you heard? Wait, do you know that Tap Tap Send is live in Texas? Oh, you didn't know? We went to New York. Now we are live in Texas. So people in Texas and around, all you have to do is to download Tap Tap Send. Yes, Tap Tap Send has become the most unique, secure, and fast way of sending money across the world to your loved ones anywhere. Okay, so download Tap Tap Send on Google Play Store or App Store, and when you're in Texas or around, you just have to put in the code TXGH. What did I say? TXGH, and you get $10 for your first transaction you make. Mahama media, Texas, you drew very soon we'll conquer everywhere. Download Tap Tap Send now on Google Play and App Store. Tap Tap Send, it's secure, convenient, easy, and fast.
Abeka Group of Companies and Sammy Flex TV presents September to Remember. And in September to Remember, Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. ATM wakonya na oni yako Dubai. Na wako shewa nisu adie. Na fe ya sansu adie niabo. Na yebeko tour places biti se Desert Safari, Dubai Frame, Atlantics Water Park, Dubai City Tour. Na fe yacht party nsu tietia. Na ya sansu party in the cloud. Intie mayen komani ya mekanchiro. Da be ya September to Remember. Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Na ya basu 24th September. 29th September. Annie. Enti for any reservation. Anasen chirichirimu bia. Any fresh huma true for we. 0243 514732. Ana plus 971 559 494061. Proudly sponsored by Sankofa Restaurant, Taste Africa, Ohineba Jemai TV, and Afe, Etiquette Media. September to Remember Dubai tour with Sammy Flex. Ebeye kikim.
Everybody check now. Check it, check it, check it, check it. The beat is real. Don't wait, make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, check it. Check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Green select glucometer. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level, check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Back from the weekend break, and we are here on Showbiz Daily, live on Sammy Flex TV with my people. They are also ready and seated for the business of the day. The weekend was good. I've already apologized earlier for not being able to do Sammy Flex Connect, and I want to believe you guys would accept the apology. Last week, Chebo was warning me. Chebo was ready, but Chebo, this one day I was ready.
Yeah, but
Abusia, so we're quite an emergency. I just needed to make an appearance for your Grace wife's party.
Oh, okay.
No, I've told them already. So
okay.
That is what happened. And you know, when it happens like that, like, these are your people. So if they call you and you come and sit on your TV and you don't come, it's some way. It's some way. So I told them, and I told them in the editorial, and I want to believe they've agreed and they've accepted. So now capacity too is large, like full energy. So I want to believe Sunday. That'll be 3 weeks. If you're up for 3 weeks. Yeah. Oh no, this Sunday they're to happen, Jamo. Don't look me. Jamo, this Sunday, if it doesn't happen, cut my shovel. If it doesn't happen this Sunday, cut my shovels. I swear this Sunday to happen. In fact, I have to just come, and there is even a man that I had to come and say thank you to on the show. He brought us sneakers from America, and ever since I've not been, because he made that promise on the show. Yeah, that was where he made the promise. One day he called on I think when we were in Kumasi, right? Yeah, Kumasi. Yeah, and he made a promise that he will bring us sneakers. Really, he brought us some beautiful sneakers. Anytime I wear it, I feel so comfortable and confident. Big man, thank you so much. I will still come and do the big thank you there. So forgive me for not doing it. I know we've thanked him on the other side already, but for the show, so that everybody will know the promise he made, he fulfilled it. Yeah. So Sunday, dole. If I don't come, my boss, just for you, cut it, chew it, fry it. You can even sell it for money. That's fine. Well, in the studio, Roland Amate is here. Roland is the digital communicator for Shagzy, also a talent manager. Kojokin is also here, a musician, marketing exec, and in Team Dodu Solomon, online manager, Flex Entertainment Limited. He's also for your digital solutions. Contact him and let's do some more. Behind the scenes, Digital Rasta is also called Currency, who is on camera, and Richie Flex is the editor director of the show. If you are watching us, remember we still have our partnership with TapTapSend running. So if you want to send money from abroad to Ghana, use just one app, and that app is TapTapSend. Download it today on your phone, put in your bank details. As a first timer, use the promo code SammyFlex, and this will give you the opportunity to earn some more money into your wallet. In Netherlands, TapTapSend is working on Ideal, and in Dubai, TapTapSend is also active. I just received a call from a lady in America who wants her sibling or something to join us for the September to Remember in Dubai. So this is beautiful. You know, sometimes you can give somebody an opportunity, especially those people you want them to come to you. Let them stamp their books so that when they go for interviews, they will be granted. So yes, sponsor them. Just 1900 USD and we are good. 1900 US, just like you people say it. American podcast at 1900 USD. Just sponsor them and let them go chill small 1 week and prepare them for the big trip ahead. Let's see what we can do. Now in the studio, I know so many issues are happening. Let's see how best we can deal with some of them. Then you run away from here. Starting with Ghana Party in the Park UK. Once again, I want to commend the organizers for their resilience, especially to man like Dennis, aka Akwaba UK boss. Charlie, you've done well. I know it was not going to be an easy task. As a matter of fact, even initially, I thought they wouldn't be able to even bounce back. But for them to bounce back, some of the artists they even built, they lost them because Medical and Co could not go back again. As to what happened, I'm not too sure. But what I know is that America could not go. But they still had a successful show with huge numbers. I am really respecting the brand. But I want to ask my people, what do you think would work magic for them? That they suffer this setback and after some 2 weeks or 3 weeks, they bounce back and it still looked like everything was okay. At what point would a brand get to get this particular, look at the numbers, Charlie, it was still good. It was still good. Me, I'm really impressed. Because I remember when he came to Ghana, he even said that he had returned about 3,000 tickets. Yes, he mentioned that on Andy Dusty's program on Hits FM. And I was like, but still, Otimia sending our sign show now. One, he keeps his credibility intact. And again, he gets the trust for the subsequent years. What will make this magic happen? Roland, you have been doing events, you follow events. What do you think will be the magic? Would you cut this? It's still on. Oh,
September to remember.
Yeah. Okay. There you go.
Say sister, yeah. Ordinary sibling, okay.
Some day when you be on the cover,
so make it be a
okay.
When Timia for Bianca, when I was who knew Bia than a back.
Yeah, didn't be open so could be that nation. I'm very obey more.
It just shows how far or how strong their brand is. That is the only explanation I can give to this, and the fact that they've gained experience.
Oh, that's Mr. Izzy?
As far as yes, wow. Izzy was there to support.
He performed too?
Well, I've not seen his performance though, but these and a couple of videos are ones that I saw. So it means that their brand is
GH Kwaku was there.
Yeah,
yes,
James Joko, yeah.
they've been able to hold their fort very well. And
Condition.
Ojani has been in UK for some days.
for what it's worth, I think their credibility here was at stake in terms of even the event suffering some hitches here and there, even as at the last but one edition, which is the one that involved Shatta Wale and all that, where people so you clearly see that effect on the event. But however, they were able to maneuver through that difficulty to give it a huge publicity this year.
Yeah.
And the situation nearby in the park, I'm sure this year's Ghana party in the park would have been one of the biggest events hosted by a Ghanaian. I tell you, because for them to have refunded about 3,000 tickets and still get this number, then it means
because you know your son will not come back.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And for them to have refund as huge as 3,000 tickets and still get this number, then you, if not for anything, add 3,000 or even a 2,000 of that 3,000 to this. And just imagine the kind of numbers this event has been able to grow through the past years. It means they've invested a lot, they've learned their lessons through the challenges that they face over the years, and at least, if not for anything, they still know how to get the crowd.
True.
I believe that is what drove them to say, okay, regardless of whatever cost that we've incurred, we will still do the event. Because a candidate will not be able to say, yeah, baby. And I would also say big ups to the artists that also showed up for them. I know definitely some wouldn't be on a strict rate charge like that.
Oh, that's Kwame MP.
Yeah. Some wouldn't be on a strict rate charge like that. Looking at the relationship some of the artists have with the organizers, and it will not take anything away from the artists or even the organizers. It shows that yes, in times of trouble, in times of need, there are some people that will still pull up for you anyway, and that is what we saw. This is huge. Me, I was very happy to see videos and pictures.
Hey, Larusso.
Yeah.
Energy God. Yeah.
So it clearly shows that yes, Ghanaians are not that divided as people sometimes people make it seem. And that's when sometimes the need arises, a Ghana man can still pull up for you. And that is what it means. So me, I would say congratulations to them for holding it, because I believe that they were able to measure to know that it would have affected them more negatively than positively if they had postponed this event into next year. So big ups to them for going through the trouble to even put up this particular event and for them to enjoy this level of success.
Well, what do you also see?
Yeah, even the last time I suggested they hold on, then
do it some other time.
Yeah, but for them to put themselves back together and make it happen shows how strong they are, and also to see the numbers, it tells you that people have accepted the brand, and people, the consumers are also ready for it, and they are wanting to always come to the park and party, and that is a good indicator for the organizer to face such a challenge and within a space of a short time fix a different date, and these people show up among all the disappointment and all of that shows that the brand has come to stay. I want to believe they will miss before they had some 3 stages and all of that. I want to believe they will miss some of these stages, but
this was a single stage.
Exactly, but
the original plan might not hold like that.
Yeah, but for what we have seen and the kind of excitement among the audience tells you that Ghana Party in the Park is a brand that at least the whole of Ghana needs to support to make it happen, because it's not only happening it's not happening in Ghana, it's in London, and to see Ghanaians who are based there and other foreign people or other foreign Africans who will be there to also party, and the projection of Ghana music is everything that we have to fight for, because we saw almost everybody being a Ghanaian artist. So if it is well invested into and well projected, and the platform becomes bigger and bigger, it means Ghana music is growing and becoming bigger
to our benefit.
Exactly. So kudos to every one of the organizers, especially the leaders. Probably, I'm not expecting them to make any profit at that, but for it to happen, tells us that they care so much about the brand and also the audience who always come there to support and also to have fun. So I'm very happy, and for all the artists who extended their stay in there, and also some of them who had to fly.
So I think apart from Kwamina MP medical, this guy they did not come at all.
Kwamina MP was the medical.
No, what I mean is Kwamina MP came. Okay. I'm talking about those who came and went back. Kwamina MP and his manager, they came and they went back. But out to be, they were there throughout.
Exactly. So
they never came.
Most of them extended their stay. Some of them also had to sacrifice, come back, and go back again. I think they have really done well. This is what we need as a people, because if our man wins, everybody will win. And this brand has given a lot of Ghanaian musicians the platform to also experience their audience outside of Ghana. So kudos to them, and we wish them well in their subsequent endeavors.
Okay, yes, Chabo, what do you think was the magic for them?
Well, I think experience will be the major factor for me, and I think he knows what is ahead of him, so he prepared, and I think they have done well. Dennis and his team, I think they have done well. And I remember when we were discussing it, I also said that they should go ahead and fix a new date. They shouldn't wait for next year, and I'm very happy that they did, because sometimes you have to do this to, even besides the money that you may make, to also demonstrate capacity, what you are capable of doing. And I think this thing is a proof that he's in for the game and he's ready to go through whatever comes his way. So they have done well, and I think with the experience, I don't think it was a big challenge to get people to come back. The challenge will be the venue and then the losses, like in terms of the money that he has paid already or something like that. But I'm happy that he did this. I mean, this will give him strength to even come out stronger next year, or even a subsequent edition that will follow. So I am very happy that he did this, and kudos to him and the team. I think they have done well.
All right, thank you so much. So big ups to G.H. Kweku. Most of the videos my director used came from his space, his blogging space, and I want to say big ups to him. In the building is in the building, for real. And also to organizers of Party in the Park, a man like Dennis, big ups to you. I know it hasn't been easy for you in the past weeks, but Charlie, you've made us all proud. Resilience, in fact, that is what every man needs. You don't have to be down and be crying. Just get up on your feet, clean yourself, and forge on. That is one of my things that I always maintain, that if you are down, it doesn't mean you're going to be down forever. One day you'll still get up, and Kwaba UK just showed us. Now, for some weeks, I've seen, or maybe it will run into months, I can say that with no fear as well. I've seen some kind of new partnership between Efya Odo and Dr. Likee. Obviously, they are working on a project of content, and they have been creating content back to back. And I'm asking myself that when we see some of these kind of partnership, as much as not much is being said about it, it is something that the industry should be encouraging. So we see how best we can also benefit from these partnerships. We see it in Nigeria and we appreciate it. When we see like the A class, the B class, the C class coming together, and sometimes people from different quarters coming together to form some of these partnerships, we become so excited about it. But with Dr. Likee and Efya, apart from them posting their pictures and videos, I'm not getting the reviews. First of all, like I said earlier, what they are doing, as much as it is content creation, we are not too sure exactly what is in there. Whether it is a content for Efya or Dr. Likee or those paid content production, we are not too sure. But something is brewing, and it's looking good. The other day I saw them even doing something with Michi and all that. And as an industry, I'm asking, how do we all come together to project some of these partnerships so the wins come to everybody? Chabo, how do we project this?
This is good.
And my observation, I don't know if you guys will agree with me, whether like I say,
yeah, they have seen the light. They are making money, so they will not even care. And
they are doing plenty, like so many things.
I think it will be a paid content because I have seen their videos on several different platforms
on YouTube.
Different people. Yes.
Oh, so it's already running.
Oh yeah, a lot of them.
And I'm check.
A lot of them. And when you see the numbers,
what I see is only the one I see on Instagram.
No. It's running full time, and when you see the numbers, you
crazy.
Just check for yourself. I mean, they have Oyeniba TV, Tafu TV. I think I've seen about 4 different pages holding the content. And
wow.
I think they are all paying for it, and it's huge. When you look at the numbers,
how they were able to, because these two are like worlds apart.
Yes.
Like look at the Efya, look at Dr. Likee.
I mean, creative people always find a way to bring people together. So I think when they made the approach, and I'm guessing that maybe Efya commented on some of Dr. Likee's video, and somebody would say, "Come on, I think we can use her. Let's approach her and see." And she agreed, and it's working. I mean, from what I've seen, it's really working. They are doing a whole lot, and the numbers is crazy.
Hey.
I mean, you can, when you get time, check Oyeniba TV. That's the prominent one, and the others. I think Tafu TV too is also holding them and all that. I think they are all using her in that sense and paying her for the content, and I think it's working for them. As encouraging people to do, I don't think it's okay, but this is business and it's working. So you don't really need to tell people that go and do this, you will make money. They should just know that the money just
invest
go in
quick.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure that the Kumasi people are not doing it for free. They are paying her because she has done a lot of them, and for different platforms. So I want to believe that it's not for free. Yes, they are paying for it. So if you have the money and you want to invest, I think it's a good way to invest. I mean, because it is working, and you can also make your money from there. So we don't really need to encourage people that much, but we can open their eyes that there's a way here if you want to make money in this industry. This is one of the ways, and it's working as well. So we will tell people that yes, it is going on in that space, and if you have money and you are into such businesses, I think it's not a bad thing. And not only Efya, although we have other celebrities who may also be interested, but you just have to be creative enough to use them in a way that will bring you your money back and even make profit out of it. Yeah, so me, I would say that, yeah.
The other day, someone made a comment that this thing Efya is doing has projected her even more than most of her many years in the movie industry.
Yeah, obviously.
You also agree?
Yeah. She has a name. No, not that her name was down.
No, not the name. Like in terms of acting.
Yes, in terms of projecting that yes, this girl is doing something. Not that she's been talking and just showing pictures of herself and things. I think this thing is really doing magic for her. I mean, what we know her for is her pictures and provocative dressings and all that. So this thing will cover that thing. In fact, if you see that kind of pictures, you now assume that she's working. Okay. Because that's the same way that they are using her. She's still dressing the way that she dresses, and they are using her in this thing that they are doing. So this is far better projecting her than what she was doing back then. So I will agree with the person on that score. But as for her name, it was already there. It's not that she's now making name.
No, not for a name. No, not for a name.
Yes, but this thing is giving more legitimate.
It's giving her purpose.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
that's the word.
for people to say that okay, now we think she's working. Now we think she's doing something apart from the tag of being the slave queen and just dressing to show pictures and all that. So it's positive. I think she did well accepting something like this. I mean, this is a good way for her to move her career and her image in a positive direction. So I will also commend her for accepting something like this. This is really good for her
Okay.
as a person. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Kodo, you can continue from there.
Yeah, I've been also watching their videos.
On YouTube?
Yes, on YouTube.
Oh, I
Even
see.
this morning I was watching one. They went for a massage with
Checheku,
the one doing the
massaging,
massage. I think it was around 70K within just like some hours.
Yeah.
The numbers are very, very good. So,
I saw that one yesterday, but I think it was in the evening. Even at that time, the numbers were crazy.
yeah.
But I don't know how much it is now. Yeah.
So Efya has been acting. Yes, he has been in some movies, and so she can be considered as an actress. And in this business, it's about how you brand yourself and you position yourself, and how you apply wisdom. Some people feel like brand is about speaking English, or you are in Accra, or you act in certain type of movies. They don't care about the money, they don't care about the numbers. So if a certain content or a certain production has what they are looking for, look at that. Has what they are looking for, as in
So 3 days, 102K, 102.
One day, the first one.
Okay,
first
yeah.
one.
The first one is
That's what I was
183.
watching, yeah.
Wow.
Oheniba comedy team.
183K, yes, in a day. And this is just
In a day.
so. Some people feel like okay, because how they have positioned their brand.
storylines in
Oh no, this will not cost anything.
Yeah.
It will not cost anything. It's just they just wake up, plan something, and they are going. It is just with them. They have the spotlight now. So some people feel like okay, because of how I've positioned my brand, if it is not about a certain type of production, you won't see me there. Neglecting the money,
the other business side,
the spotlight and all of that. So always I commend Nana Brown for the decision to move to the Kumawood sector, because we all know she was part of the
glamour.
Exactly, and it got to a time that they were always looking out for new girls, fresh girls, young girls. So you can't stay on top for a long time. And she realizing that okay,
See numbers.
I am an Ashanti.
3 weeks.
I am an Ashanti woman, and I can speak the local language. And that place, I'll be a sought out after commodity or a product over there, because now this is a huge brand coming from this side, and they will be ready to use me. And she entering there, she was ready to mingle with them. She adapted so fast to the system that it wouldn't be like, oh, I am coming from this side. It was like she has been with them from the beginning. And that has been, that we all know the end story. Nana Brown's success in movies, straightforward, is you can link it to the Kumawood, straightforward. And so I see a few other doing same. As in, yes, these guys are calling people to act with them. They reach out to celebrities wanting to shoot with them. After that, if they see that okay, you did well, and maybe they propose an offer to you that we may want to continue working with you, and you also have the will to do that, then there is business. So I feel that being in that position, I think maybe the first production they made, she did well, and she also felt that look, I can do more. So if they also propose and the offer is good, why not make business? Because right now we all know Akabeneza and the team, they are on top. People, their content is in high demand in the space. And even now, what I see them doing is some of the YouTube channels contract them, they pay them off, then they produce the content for them. So if, let's say, per every shoot, if your daughter is making like 5K, this is good money.
Yeah.
All she needs is to avail herself.
Yeah.
And every now and then, these guys are on set.
Yeah.
Check the number of
days.
Exact number of productions they have. And so, if within a year they are able to make like 100 productions and it's 5K, this is good money.
Yeah.
And so you may think that, oh, this is but if your daughter is cashing out.
Yeah.
And so this is a big time thing that, and I want to commend her for that, because now it is not only about just acting and the money, the relevance as well. So she's building her brand equity in the long run. It may enter into other spaces.
For sure.
She also become like a brand with the numbers, and she will be getting the endorsement and all of that. So I commend her in particular for the idea or for the vision to collaborate with these people, because they also know that, okay, this lady also has a certain name that we can also leverage on and get our views. So if other actresses and actors also are watching, I think it is high time they also draw a light to these guys and they collaborate and also make business. I saw, I think, one with James Gardner. It is yet to.
Who with James Gardner?
No, Akabeneza and the team.
Oh,
I think that one is. I saw the BTS.
Okay.
I think it's yet to come out, and it's beautiful. And so, actresses and actors, now that the movie industry is kind of dormant, don't waste your talent. Yeah. Get closer.
But there's also a movie, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Collaborate and let's make money. This is business and relevance.
Well, this is still business in terms of movie making. This is still movie making. Maybe the only difference is the length and the mode of sales, or the mode of marketing. But apart from that, this is still movie production. It is still employing people on set, DOPs, editors, and everything that movie does. They are breaking their box office on the internet, YouTube, to be specific. So, guys, let's look sharp. And me, anytime I see them, I become happy. Like, wow, this is, and the kind of projection I was expecting the industry to do. Well, interest though.
If you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you definitely go together. And one thing that can always grow a brand is collaboration. You can't grow without collaborating with lots of people or doing stuff with people. And I think another thing that has also projected not only if you're those brand or not giving purpose to their name is also with Akabeneza. You know, this particular move by he and his team has also given purpose to their name. Yes, when you want to open up the conversation, people will tell you, hey, Akabeneza Obayache has been in the system for a long time. But then the purpose to that particular brand or name was missing. Same with Efya, if you ask me.
Okay.
Yes, people knew Efya was in the system. Like, okay, at a point, the title of even the actress was even fading off. People were now tagging her as a socialite, a model, and that was the frequency.
A socialite, yes.
Exactly. And you ask
she was not being referred to as an actress anymore.
No, because the moment somebody refers to her as an actress, the first question somebody will ask you is,
where is a movie?
Mention one movie you've seen Efya, even in recent times. And even though in the past, when she came into the industry, she featured in some few movies here and there. But then, that was just a few. And it wasn't something that you can point to on top of her, even. So it is good for her brand. And I like the fact that these guys are collaborating. But I mean, elsewhere, when Mr. Ebu recovered from his sickness not long ago, I was really happy with the way the industry received him.
Yeah, I remember too.
Like the way they even showed him the social media stuff every now and then.
Yeah, I followed. I remember someday they were teaching him how to comment on people's works on TikTok.
See, it was very interesting. Every now and then you see the man on live and people will be teaching him do this, do that, say this, say that, and it is good. You see, sometimes because we usually lack collaboration in this space, that is why sometimes sensations pop up and they die off. Because after becoming a sensation in the space, now they need people to collaborate with to maintain that sensationalism or to maintain their brand or propel them from wherever they are now to wherever they want to be. And before you realize, they are off.
True.
When Shatta Wale became a sensation, was very hot in the system at the point. The next thing we saw was P Square featuring him in their videos.
Yeah.
And that
in
thing,
Nigeria.
In Nigeria. And that thing took him to a different level. Let's see the number of people who have become sensations and have been featured on or have been collaborated with on a certain project like this. It is good. It is, see, musicians can do it. The nature of this particular production is not so difficult. Even the most difficult ones, have been done with even others in different spaces. We have businessmen who are featured in movies. We have musicians who are featured in movies. We have people from different professions, different backgrounds who are featured or had collaborations with people in certain creative. It is only the creative art space that can give you this level of collaboration.
True.
Elsewhere, a doctor cannot collaborate with a teacher that much because they both have different languages they speak in their profession. But when it comes to being a creative person, no matter the language you speak in your background, you can still collaborate and do something with another person. And as creative people, we can only encourage them to do this and do more because it is not only going to help their individual brands, but also propel the industry as well. Because assuming these guys were not doing anything for the past years, imagine how dormant or how dead the industry would have been. Even with this one crowd, we are still saying it is not up there yet like that. So imagine the absence
and the investor is also making his money back.
Exactly.
That's one of the things I'm so happy about.
I am also very happy about. And you see, this is a clear evidence that when we say the industry is lucrative, this is show working. This is what we call show working. I'm sure when they started these collaborations where they were going to, and you see some of these collaborations, it's giving Akabeneza and his team more leverage. Because I know there are some brands who would want to approach Efya and they would find it difficult to do it. But if Akabeneza has that connection in the industry and comes to tell you that, Charlie, I can put Sammy Flex on, just give me this, give me that, and I will settle it. Even it may not be Sammy Flex's like concrete or basic rate, but because it is an industry connect, you can still get it, and at the end of the day, everybody will be happy. There's ecosystem is rotating. The investor is laughing. The actors in there are also laughing, as well as other people who probably will be playing roles on the side, including us content creators, even talking about it. That is how we keep an industry running. So we can only encourage them. And even if there are people who are seeing this and can't seem to find their ways around it, at least they should sit down. If it will even take them to approach some of these guys, approach them, or God show us the way, let them show you the way, so you can also emulate some of these things.
Well, that is very beautiful. Big congratulations to Jamosi YouTube channel from saying
Ohieni Bati.
Ohieni Ba Comedy TV.
And I remember when they started, it was few, like he started, when you go back to his channel, I really remember, he will just gather them and sometimes they will even talk about what they are about to do, the movies that they want to shoot and all that. And here they are. Now it's really, really big. And it's one young guy view who had the camera and said that I want to do something like this. So
wow.
So it's really working. I wish that from time to time they will come out and tell their stories. The guys behind the scenes who are making some of these things happen. Apart from the actors, there are some people behind the scenes doing the magic.
The way they hold them in high esteem. The way they respect those guys.
You don't see.
Who they are their investors.
Yeah.
They are their bank rollers.
No, I mean the people who even shoot the content for them.
Oh, okay. Okay, I get it. Well, it's all good. We give thanks for that. Now, let's move into the trends. After talking about the real industry issues, let's move into the trends. It is part of our business. Trends are part of it. Over the weekend, on United Showbiz, UTV, something transpired. A clash of egos between a host and a pundit. In this case, the host, was Miss G, and the pundit was Mr. Logic. How did it happen? It happened in a way that the host felt the pundit was speaking for a very long time without landing. Therefore, she wanted him to land. Unfortunately, in her approach to tell him to land, she said something that did not go down well with Mr. Logic, and this has generated a whole lot of talk online. Those who are for and against each party, and the conversation is still raging on. First, let me show you how it happened. The conversation was in Tree, so those who don't speak Tree, we are sorry about this. Let me show you how it happened, and when I come back, I ask my people that because we are in the same field, me here and they there and maybe on other platforms, how do they judge this particular incident? So there are two videos. There is another video where Miss J came back kind of apologizing B and how she said it.
She didn't.
And the crown post, but she said that was her way of saying sorry. Let's watch this one, video number 1. When I come back, we will continue with the conversation.
It's better, every show interest. How many of our people can even afford to pay all these hundreds of thousands to book at the book venue before crowd promoters better, every show interest? How many of our people can even afford to pay all these hundreds of thousands to book places?
Once I saw you, it's an omuye with you, wrap you up in Nayan.
I know guys, I'm
for you, into Casabi and Tibium, into Pacho Yen.
Missy, but I mean, this is no, it's wrong for you to say that.
Me,
you only have that my consent because so I am making my point. Today. You can't say in term. This thing, Missy, on first time I need to tell you this. No, it's your show. You are moderating. You cannot tell me what
it is. 12 midnight. I gave everybody 1 minute. You have been speaking for too long.
You know what? Missy, don't come back to me to speak. I won't speak again.
Okay, that's fine.
Don't come back to me on this show. I won't speak again. What are you telling me?
I bought 12 midnight.
So what? 12 midnight. So what? Did you time Kewa? You didn't give him time.
You've spoken more than everybody else. In fact,
where's your timer? Where's your timer? Where's your timer?
Yeah, the only argument I can
if not for my, the father you are moderating doesn't give you no.
I mean moderating show. Don't
come back to me and make kasa. What kind of impudence? What do you mean by Omoda? Are you home? Come on, man. Go around, don't come back to me.
Yeah, that's
what are
fine.
you talking about?
Are
you asking me? Okay. What did I say? This is the first time you're doing this. What do you mean by what do you mean Omoda? Omoda for what reason? Don't even come back with talk.
It's okay, then don't talk again. Let's A plus.
Don't even try this with me again.
A plus.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
Don't feel that you can see yourself disrespect me. I will not allow you. You're making me angry with you.
You can be angry all you want, but it's
this is unprofessional on our part. It is unprofessional. It is unprofessional.
Well, I don't
tell a panel say it is unprofessional. I am telling you. It's unprofessional. Please learn on the job. Learn on this job.
I've been doing this for how many years? Now you want to tell me to learn.
I've been doing this job before you. Don't tell me what you're telling me. Learn on this job.
Please.
Learn on this job.
You learn how to speak to the point and stop whining. You are wasting our time.
Where is your...
Hey, Samu. Say stop whining. Well, according to Miss J, she came back to apologize. Chamo thinks it wasn't an apology, but she said, "I'll sorry." But Richie NT said, "Apology," and so Efya Chamo first one or share the one who has been more.
But I want him to know, say it's an entire production, and sometimes you want to make a point, but time you but I want him to know, say it's an entire production, and sometimes you want to make a point, but time you knew you better allow you to further. And you can say Bonnie till Maya, except Utmitias, and logic with Pacho, assembling in and yes, say assembly all kind of man for so. But I also don't agree with the fact that meanwhile, Juma, I've been in this industry close to 10 years in Accra alone, multimedia TV3, meanwhile, Juma. In that 10 years, me sure say you're calculating annually. I bear 6 years out of it. It's for you to come and sit here and tell me to learn on the job. I don't think it's appropriate.
Okay, can I respond to you now?
Yes, I've told you the reason. I say, at least yen in term na yen ko yen so. And I don't appreciate that comment you made.
Let me also respond to you. Kwame Pachoweba. I want you to understand, say, me, I'm a very good observer. Yes, we'll say, even just what you just said now, say, for you to come and sit here, that's another query. You see, you need to understand, say, yeah, query. Obia on the background of the tia. Me, when I started doing this media and radio job, Miss G, with no disrespect, now I'm by media muye. And me who say a idea or tie, and just a reaction from me. This is not the first time you are doing this, and me feedback from people, but me I overlook because I'm sitting down here because of Father Dixon, not because of a moderator who has decided to take sides. Until we are them cry, but for you to get a prompt from production, no. You could have find more better way of addressing. So, Mr. Logic, Efya, your time is up. That would have make more sense to me than telling me, say, the way I come air yawning, no son man for yawning with fear, please. Who told you, say, when I catch you, say, people are home are sleeping. Yet to me, go 2 o'clock, 1 hour for any guso, then I'm 10K, 11K, 15K. But for you to tell me, say, the way I come here yawning, that's how people are yawning at home. When I sat here for Kewa to speak, I sat here for Kewa to speak almost 10 minutes. Let me try my phone, let me kind.
Hey, sir.
Oh, yes, I was watching my phone.
But my producer said it's not true.
Very good. Whether it's true or not, he spoke over 5 minutes. In that business, I said, where is your time? To end it, Miss G, me, I don't have any intention to disrespect you. But if you disrespect me, I will disrespect you because you have a man at home, I have a wife at home. My brand, Mr. Logic, Mr. Sammy building now, you are not in the media. I'm telling you on all authority. When I started building my brand Logic from media, you got to know me at the peak of my career. You didn't know me. You didn't know my name before Logic.
Logic, what can be?
No, I expect assembly see you know. You can't continue. You are sorry. I also say I'm also sorry.
But what did I
say? Try to explain and say for me to sit down here, you are getting back to the issue.
No.
You still need to get your communication well, please. Let's forget about it.
Your point is made.
No, I'm not.
I am here because of Father Dixon.
So if Father Dixon is giving me instructions from behind, I represent Father Dixon. No, I represent Father Dixon here. If he says send me car, that's fine. But to go to the extent to tell me say,
the way you address me, do you know, Miss G?
So the way you
also
no problem. I don't.
Yes.
It's not a big deal. What do I think?
So address me with respect and I give you back that respect.
So when you TSS, Father Dixon and
I have a lot of respect for you, but tonight you made me lost it for you.
You lost the respect from that's fine. But I said
I'm telling you, you know the way I like you and I respect you.
No,
you don't know, eh?
This is a professional environment. It doesn't have anything to do with likes or
not really. Then that's why I dealt with you on the same measure.
So for you to say to me, say I should learn on the job, no, I don't think it's a fair statement to me. If you come to a show that's an immature hosting, then you also are not qualified to be on the show. Basically, that's what you have said. So don't sit here. I think last week Mika said the money diakonomundi nko the akatrenu ye bon. I see people come and sit on this show every time, say things, and I've been told to hold my peace. I don't think that you can throw. No, I'm not talking about you, but I don't think you can throw my 10 years of experience away by saying by the time I knew you then. It is not fair.
How about my 20 years?
That you tell me say I should learn on the job after doing it over 6 whole years. I did with
when you told me that my comment is making people sleep at home.
I didn't. You see, that's what you don't understand. And that's what I've been trying to. Please, that's what I've been trying to explain to you. I said bunny tail. Na sena or yoni. Sana for or yoni.
Me tia because of Father Dixon. But I deal why any more than once.
I am taking instructions from Father Dixon.
So, Missy, go and follow the feedback online. People have observed.
If you won't apologize to me, that's okay. But I've made my point.
But you didn't apologize. Did you apologize?
I explained to you that I didn't say. So what?
Did you say sorry?
Oh, sorry.
Apology, sorry.
Sorry.
If you say sorry, I'll say sorry.
Mr. Logic, sorry. I meant that the way he was yawning, that's how some people are yawning at home. It's bonny tail. In fact,
okay, then I can also tell you, say, I'm also sorry, say, now can one can intermediate responding to you.
Yes. Yeah. I said about code breaker, then about between not A+ now.
Well, so that was how heated it was, and the industry is divided on this. while some are for Mr. Logic, others are also for Miss G. Kojo, let me start this one with you. Where do you stand? Who are you for?
Well, yes, this issue has raised talkabilities in the industry, and people are giving their opinions. And hosts and pundits, they all collaborate to make
A show.
a show. So at every point, we need to apportion respects so that everybody will feel okay, because we are all there for a common
Interest.
purpose, yes, an interest. Now, what transpired over there? Yes, when Mr. Logic said this is not the first time, I agree with him, because I've also watched the show and I see that interaction between him and the host, which I feel at times it's not the best. So when he said this is not the first time and the second time, so at that point he needed to respond. And most cases, people who are also close to you, when you are on a platform, like, they also watch and they also give
Feedback. Yeah.
Yes, and at times you can even see it from people from afar online passing their comments. You feel it, but people also confirm it, that you know that this is really happening. And so for her to make a statement in that light, it goes to confirm that, okay, if Mr. Logic was ignoring, it confirmed that, okay, this lady really has a thing against me. That is why he keeps on doing or addressing me in this way. So I think I need to address this. Probably Miss G is not aware she's acting in that way. It can be like, oh, she feels like that is how she's acting, but it is not really against Mr. Logic. But this is how it is coming out, because it is TV. At times when we are on air speaking, our gestures, our tonations and all of that, we feel it is normal. But people who are watching out there are able to deduce that, oh no, this one was harsh, this one was like this. So when a feedback like that comes, I was expecting Miss G, if really she didn't meant what she said, to retract it and apologize. No, this is not what I meant. I meant it this way rather. But for you to also try to defend, and if you won't talk again, go, and like all of that, that means, Charlie, you meant what you said. And clearly, people associated the fact that she doesn't understand or speak the Tree language very well. This one, she knew what she wanted to say. Because for you to even pick on A+ yawning to pass a comment on Mr. Logic, I even at first I thought it was Mr. Logic himself yawning. That you see, okay, you see how you are yawning.
You are tired.
Yawning.
Yeah.
But it was A+.
And A+ yawn was not even seen on TV.
Exactly. So to go on that tangent, this is,
and
we don't
yawning doesn't mean you are even sleeping.
We don't have to mince words.
Yeah.
You don't have to mince words. The point is, Miss G was disrespectful. That comment to Mr. Logic was disrespectful. And this show, everybody that is there, as Mr. Logic said, Father Dixon, the producer of the show,
executive
producer, invited him there. And so it comes with a certain level of command. You as a host also, they employ you over there. And that is why this show is about big boys. Everybody there got an invitation from the executive producer. So at times the host has a bit of a challenge
dealing with them.
Exactly, dealing with them. So it is like that. If you offend your panel or your panel, and the person also give you feedback that he's not okay, I think the honorable thing to do was to tell him that, no, I didn't mean it this way. But for you to go on that back and forth to let everybody defend yourself in that manner, and Mr. Logic wouldn't be the first person to have this thing with A+ has had it, Arnold has had it, even Bulldog has also had it like that. So I think she can also check herself. If at times maybe you go back and watch the show again and see how things are going. We want to believe there are background issues or unseen issues we don't know, but don't let it come on air because a lot of people are watching who doesn't know the background issues. So make sure everything is done in a very professional way. Probably maybe Mizzy has been getting also feedback from other people that this panel has been exactly like has been confusing or maybe dragging issues and all of that. But it stays in the background. If the person is on set, we have to keep it for professional. Else nobody will be okay. So I think if she wants to apologize on that, she has to do it. But to come back apologizing with conditions and all of that, then that one day wouldn't be the best.
All right, Chabo.
Yeah, I think this one, Miss G, she got it wrong, and I didn't see her apologizing. She was just explaining why or the reasons why she has the audacity to even say something like that. She was mentioning Father Dixon, the people behind the scenes, and giving her the power to talk like that. And I think it's wrong the way she said it. I mean, there's nothing wrong trying to cut somebody for talking long. I mean, it's happened all the time.
Oh yeah.
But a way of doing it will show the kind of maturity or the kind of respect you have for the person that you are cutting. I mean, you have done this to many people.
Oh, everybody.
All of us.
Yes, everybody.
Yes. You will get the signal. Sammy Flex will do something for you to know that I want you to stop. Or wrap it. I mean, sometimes you even say wrap it. Let's go to the next. Or something.
Yeah.
It's normal. You can do it. But if you say that somebody is yawning, so
the rest of the viewers are
at home.
But it means you even disrespected the whole show.
Yeah, it's like you want to tell him that you are talking rubbish, so people are not listening. They are just sleeping based on what you are saying. So one, it was a wrong thing to say. So the best thing is to just apologize and move on. And dragging it with him back and forth was another thing. I think it was wrong. And this time around, I'll blame the producer. If you were the one who gave her the power to speak like that and it went wrong, tell her the same way that please apologize and let's move on. But the producer behind the scene was also just watching them to go back and forth. It was wrong. I mean, what she said is wrong. So if she will not admit it because you instructed her, the same way tell her to apologize and let's move on. But they were dragging it back and forth. I'm right. I said it because of it wasn't necessary. So I think next week when they are on the show again, I will advise that she give proper apology to Mr. Logic and even the audience watching. I mean, if you don't like, the only way that you will not side with Mr. Logic is that you don't like him or his opinion. And I know some people are like that. Because they don't like Mr. Logic and his opinion, they will say that what Miss G did is right. Me, sometimes I disagree with Mr. Logic, in fact, most of the time. But this thing that happened, I mean, the Miss G wasn't fair to Mr. Logic. And I think she should do proper apology. Apart from that, yes, that is it. Mr. Logic respond, yeah. I mean, when you are at the point that somebody offends you, I mean, the reaction can come in any form. I don't see it going way like beyond. Like sometimes your reaction can also be like, oh no, we the bro, so you have said too much. But I think he was within the limit of reacting to something like that. So for him, it's okay. But why it dragged to that point was because instead of apologizing, she was trying to explain herself. And it was not working. I mean, you just said that he's speaking rubbish, so he should keep quiet. It's as simple as that. If you want us to say it in a plain language, you are just saying that, Master, you are speaking rubbish. People are sleeping, so stop talking. And not about the timing, because of the way you said it. So just apologize if you don't meant it like that. But dragging it with her was something else. So I think it was wrong, and Miss G should apologize. I don't see why some people even side with her for saying that, unless you don't like logic. And if that's the case, yeah, then I we know what.
Okay, so let me take, because they also talk about this. How about those who think that this was staged? Because there are some people with this notion that, oh, leave them, they intentionally did this just to trend. How do you react to those ones too?
No, it wasn't staged. If it was staged, we would have get some angles to prove that it was staged. It wasn't. I mean, and who wants to be disrespected and then act like that?
If you are staging there, you are selling your integrity for the.
No, there will be for the
mullah.
The point is that there will be a better
way.
Say
a name of 5,000 after the show.
There's a better way. Like I will advise those who want me to do that. A better way to do it. I won't disrespect myself for the money.
That's you.
I will advise. Okay, if you want me to do it, I will do it. But this is the way we are going to do it. I won't make it look like somebody can disrespect me because I talk rubbish and then go and take money. Then tomorrow I'll come and sit on the same platform. No, I think Mr. Logic is way above that. So it wasn't staged. I mean, it can happen sometimes. That's why I was. And even if it was staged, then Miss D will not have any problem apologizing. It will be straightforward because it was staged. They will say that okay, at the end of the day, apologize and let's move on. It wouldn't be the way she was going back and forth with him. So for me, it wasn't staged. Just that something went wrong. That's what I was saying.
Do you also think it was staged?
They should give us a break. What was staged? The United Showbiz, if they want to create controversies, they know how to do it, but not this way too. Because in a way, the host is being discussed in a way that will affect the show. Yeah. Because how she poses herself and all of that, this is beyond just the show. We are looking at professionalism, respect for your guests and all of that, and this can affect the show. And so if they want to have a stand or something, they know how to go about it. This is nothing near stage. So they want to tell us at that hour they told
this is the time that
A plus to yawn. When you yawn, we will
use that
to
and
then they did it at the latter part of the show.
Kind of it is that. This is natural. It happens between host and guest, but this one didn't go well. That is it, and they should clear their minds off stage and all of that. This thing is worrying us. That's why I don't want to bother myself when people want to. If you stage it, we will discuss it as it is, and we will tell you how stupid or wise you are. So I don't want to even bother myself. Now everything that happens in our industry, it is a stunt and all of that. So when the thing is even real, we look the import or the reality of it. I don't want to bother my mind on that. We will discuss it. Then you see that you can state some things and it will be negative for you.
Well, take this one up and let's go. How do you also judge this?
First of all, I think it wasn't staged. Secondly, Miss G did not apologize. If the second video is what you are referring to as an apology, it wasn't.
But that's what she said. She kept saying, "Oh, say yes, I'm sorry." Okay, sir.
That is not an apology. That is not an apology because saying yes, means that if you still don't understand what I'm saying, then I am not sorry, and then I am not sorry. Unless you understand what the explanation I'm giving. If you still start
conditional apology,
but still, it is better not given. Yes, and especially when your statements seem to have offended somebody, you don't give a conditional apology. No, if you really want to apologize and you admit, even in the first place, that your words has hurt the person, you go straight and apologize. Don't give conditions. Because if the person would understand whatever you were saying, the person would have understood long time. When the whole thing started, sorry. You understand? So to me, that thing wasn't an apology. And this situation, it just gives me one impression. This is just perception and ego at play.
Mm-hmm.
Perception of the fact that, you see, when Miss G took over this particular platform, there were so many people, or some people, who had the perception that Miss G, the platform was bigger than Miss G, and that she can't fill that big vacuum there. Mm-hmm. That perception is there, including some of her own panelists or her guests that she hosts on the show. They have this perception. It is there. And you see individual perceptions about like that we have for each other. It is in there. And that is what you see. If you want to know somebody's true intention or perception about you, when the person is angry, it's one of the instances.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what they both showed. Mr. Logic's perception about telling Miss G, making the statement that you should learn on the job, means that to him, he feels Miss G is still not up to the task when it comes to hosting United Showbiz. It's one.
Mm-hmm.
Because for somebody to tell you learn on the job, then it means that you have capacity in a new platform. No? So you are still learning. So for you to have committed an unprofessional blunder, then it means that you are still not learning, or you are still an amateur. That's what he means.
Mm.
And you see, look at the demeanor of the other guests, especially A+, who is constant on the show, as well as Michael.
Yeah.
You see these two.
They all didn't bother about about Mr. Logic.
Exactly. Because they all have that perception about the host on that platform. So they were all telling Logic to just forget whatever he feels like. You just cool down. They were all targeting Logic to cool down. They were not talking about Miss Gio because they have that perception about me. Oh, she's an amateur. She's an amateur. She can commit that mistake. So you forget Efya Beckham. And Miss G, also as a host, whenever you're on a certain platforms, yes, people comment, and sometimes viewers who watch will set certain comment to individuals who are quite Kassadogo. This guy always doesn't make sense, like the ones that we see always. Mm-hmm. If you are somebody that you are not able to see some of these comments, most of them will get into your mind, and you will form that image about people all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I am sure for Miss G to have come out that way at Mr. Logic, and also for her to have come out in that instances with other people, then it means that yes, people sometimes call her attention to the fact that because there are times that people would want to make like submissions over their time, and Miss G would want to cut them. Then they would rather shut Miss G up. It happens on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes A+ will be talking, and Miss G would want to interject, and he will cut Miss G straight. Shut down. You understand? And Mr. Logic has that same demeanor. Bulldog has that same demeanor, and they've all experienced this with Miss G. So it is just a clash of egos and perception. If they are able to respect each other in the line of duty, all these things will be dropped. No matter the perception you have about the person, when you are on set to work and you are all working towards a common goal, if you have respect, maximum respect for that person, for the other person, that ego and perception will be dropped. And that is what both of them were not able to include it. Because I am just imagining if Abeku Santana was the one who did this. Because any host can do what Miss G did. Any host can do it. Some people will just do it and come and apologize. Or some people will just do it. I am just imagining Abeku Santana saying this or doing something similar, and Mr. Logic telling Abeku Santana that is unprofessional, learn on the job. Hey, can A+ bet me to A+ would have just come in straight, even though Michael wouldn't even have sat down and kept quiet like that. He would have just come in straight to tell Mr. Logic to retract that statement. Because they in their mind couple our Abeku Santana is bigger or even as almost big as that platform. So they wouldn't have allowed it. But because they had the perception that Miss G Ejumana Beton, and she's just
they gave it to him before.
Abeku Santana.
Yeah.
Oh no, I know, but you see,
Bulldog, it was even bad.
But I know, but you see the rate, the Miss G there.
Yeah. When Bulldog said Ghanaians are citizens, what the citizens are.
And he told him
he
doesn't even know anything. Bulldog told Abeku that he doesn't know anything.
And you see how that's look at how they were able to settle it, because respect no more for each other.
But for that one, it wasn't about his presentation style. It was about the
opinion.
Exactly. So it wouldn't be like that. But this one was personal at each other.
But then again, Abeku Santana, even if he wants to cut you, will not say that.
Exactly. And I
think the approach, how she said.
For Miss G's approach there, it was bad. For Miss G's approach on how she wanted to cut Mr. Logic on that score was bad. Was off cry.
Okay. Let's do the very last story and run away from here. Shatta Wale has put out a post on Ola Michael. I want to read the post and get the honest opinion of my panel members. Then we can run away from here. And it started from when Ola Michael said on UTV that Shatta Wale is not someone who needs or who has to be given a diplomat who deserves a diplomatic passport, and that Shatta Wale will come and insult people, so such a person does not need a diplomatic passport. After, we also know what Shatta Wale has done. He's released songs upon songs, giving it to him woto, including extended people as well. Now, in this particular post, it tells us that Ola Michael has placed a call to Shatta Wale, and after their conversation, Ola Michael has apologized. But Shatta's post suggests that he thinks that conversation and apology is not enough, and that he wants more. What do you guys think about it? Let's read what Shatta posted. Richie, it says, Ola Michael, you called me and I told you to come apologize publicly so that your so-called friends in the media will learn from you. If you don't do that within 1 week, ultimatum, if you don't do that within 1 week, I'll be forced to drop another dirty this song. Thank you. I don't know. Shulin.
Shulin. The title by Chinese Shulin.
Okay.
Besides, it's Chinese for
Shulin. Shatta Wale. Shulin. But I don't know much.
Camera guy now. They talk.
I got that, baby.
Sure. And then you pick who is sure you pick from head to toe.
No.
It's at times, who share Babu Efya was here.
And you are picking for what purpose?
Who say a combination? Who can attire? What combination? It's a calculation.
What do you think about Shatta's score?
You see, the statement that he made on Facebook, I think I've listened to the song and he made similar.
Yeah.
Hey. He made similar statements in the song. That yes, he asked you called him, meaning they've spoken. It takes my mind back to what happened between he and Andy Dusty.
Yeah.
Where Andy Dusty came out to say he's placed the call, he's spoken to Shatta Wale on phone, as well as a certain big man. And in that light, Shatta didn't respond. In fact, he did not come to say whether it was true or not. But in this particular song, he also emphasized that he recorded that particular phone call.
Oh.
Yes. That's what he said in the song.
I see.
He recorded that particular phone call. So I'm tempted to ask myself, okay, what kind of conversation did Ola Michael have with Shatta on phone? Or when people have issues like that with Shatta Wale and they speak to him on phone, what kind of conversation do they have with him on phone?
What do they tell him?
And what project?
Another feeling.
What
do they tell him? And when they come out,
how do they project that particular conversation? Because I have so many unanswered questions in my head, and I'm tempted for him to have come out to be blunt about this. Then it means that he is actually disappointed in the aftermath of their conversation. Or in their conversation, Ola Michael admitted to doing wrong. That's why I'm saying probably he's actually disappointed in the aftermath, because if you admitted you were wrong, or I also admitted I was wrong, then you should have even come out to say it.
But I also saw another headline on Ghana Web where Ola Michael said something. He said, I don't regret my statement. Ola Michael tells Shatta Wale. I don't know when this was made though. But I'm sure it was Saturday. Okay.
Saturday on, I think, even on
UTV.
On Showbiz, United Showbiz.
Oh, okay.
This clearly can inform somebody's disappointment in the aftermath after having a private conversation with him. Okay. You get it. Perhaps maybe you guys were able to squash it, but he was
okay.
Yes, you guys were able to squash it on phone, but probably he was looking at a more diplomatic way of you even presenting the case to the general public. Because as it stands, your statement seemed disrespectful to him, and he also came back to disrespect you. But if you guys have been able to squash some of these things at the background, perhaps he was expecting you to, because you had more or less a bigger platform to have projected this particular situation. And when you were given the chance to speak about the same issue, you came back to say you don't regret. You understand? So I just want to know the details of the conversation they had on phone. Because that will inform why probably one is disappointed and one still doesn't regret his statement.
All right, thank you. Kodo, we are closing.
Yeah, when this issue happened, Ola, his statement was not done in the right way, because somebody's morals, it doesn't determine him being given
a diplomatic treatment
passport, because in the requirement there's nothing like
morals.
You have to be somebody who doesn't insult or all of that. So it was just a
that is if you qualify for it.
Exactly. So it was just your opinion. You feel like because this person does A, B, C, D, he doesn't deserve it. So let it be like that. Don't say it like a fact. And if the person will have every right to also feel like you have something against him. That is why you are saying that. Because we have politicians who also insult people, even some presidents and all of that. So, and they use the passport. They travel for governmental duties and all of that. So he goofed over there. Now, after the person, thank God it is about Shatta Wale, who knows how to fight for himself. So when you do something like this, he won't let it slide. He will also come back hard at you. And he did that. If you regret that, okay, what you did wasn't done in the right way, and you place a call to the person, I want to believe that is a sign of remorse or trying to
make amends,
accept your mistakes, and also apologize to the person who is offended. The back and forth and all of that with the post, meaning what they agreed on didn't materialize. The person, Ola, has done something on contrary, so then he still holds back to the pain and whatever that happened to him. And knowing Shatta, yes, he also know how to. These issues, he understands it better. He has been on this thing for far long. He understands this thing than anybody. And at the end of the day, he is releasing songs. He's getting money from it. You, the person, Ola, I want to understand where Ola also benefits from this, aside the truths and all of that. So Shatta can release an album for this, knowing well that at every release, people will stream it, and that will be money coming into his coffers. So if Ola really, for the call that he plays, he called Shatta, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so for calling Shatta, if you take
Shatta say you called me.
Exactly. So if he called Shatta, meaning he wanted to settle the issues and apologize for the comments he made, then why the back and forth from this? So if he really is really ready for this, then Shatta is also ready for him. If not, then he should come back again and explain that, he's sorry. Maybe another call to say I'm sorry, so that more songs within them.
Well, Jerry, let's close. Our time is up.
Yeah. I think I don't know how Ola wants to handle this thing, because he goofed from the onset after saying that. I mean, I disagree with giving diplomatic passport to any musician at all, but I would not say they don't qualify because of their moral character or how they behave in society. No. It was far. Like, why should that even come to your head? Because if you are going there, then the politicians, they don't deserve it. Because all forms of corruption that we can think of, it starts from there. So if you are going to give diplomatic passport based on your morality, then nobody will even qualify for it. So it was even wrong for him to use that those kind words, of words. So now, if you think that you didn't do well, and I think on Saturday entertainment review show on radio.
PCFM.
Yeah, Socrates Safo and others. I think they did well pointing out to him that you did something wrong and you don't have to go there. On that show, I think he was more sober. He was more like, oh, okay, but he wasn't ready to accept it anyway. But you can see from his defense that he wasn't holding on to what he said earlier. The only defense that he was using is that I use him as an example. And they were saying, why not the others but him? And he couldn't really answer, but he said he's also passed, so I can use him. That was his defense there. So I thought he was remorseful of whatever he said, and when I heard that he called Shatta, I said, oh, okay, that's good. I mean, he will apologize and it will end there. But he came on TV and saying that I have not apologized and I use him as an example, and I don't know any way that I would have said it. If you give me the chance, I may use him as an example again. And yeah, so if you
then
say
I'm sure that is what called.
Yes, then Shatta will not be happy. That's how he said it. He's not saying that he said the right thing, but his point is I use him as an example. Now he want to use the cover of example, like it was an example. I wasn't attacking him personally, but why not the others? You can if you are using him as an example. Are you saying that you can't get anything negative about Sarkodie to say that Sarkodie doesn't deserve it, or you can't get anything negative to say about Stonebwoy to say that he doesn't deserve it? Why only Shatta Wale? Because for them they are celebrities and their things are out there, we know. So if you just want to use their moral character or something negative about them, plenty, you can get some. But why Shatta Wale? And why are you going this tangent? I don't know how he wants to handle it. But for Shatta Wale, for him to come out and maybe give it to him directly to there, I will not support it. I like the way he's going about it now. If he will do well, I may advise and say that, oh, Shatta, just release a press statement or something and ignore him. That's one way. But if you are going to face him like the way we know you that you face people, this is the best way to go about it.
Okay.
Releasing songs is the best way to go about it. I will advise him to stop. But if you won't stop, don't go direct. Like, don't come on Facebook and just say whatever you want to say. No. If you do that, it's like you are proving what he said. By giving it to him in songs, that's what you know best. That's your job. So I like the way Shatta is going about it. If he wants to deal with him, he should do the song thing. I think that one, after clearing your name and feeling okay for responding, you are also making money out of it. So this is the best way to approach it.
Well, thank you guys. This is how we are ending today's show. We are back from the weekend once again. Thanks for keeping in wait with us. We appreciate you, and the content will start coming. And Chemo says I shouldn't give too much vim for Sunday, but Chemo, still, Sammy Flex Connect Sunday, it may happen.
Sunday,
anything can happen. Show me too much. In fact, as I sit here, Shatta has got me like I don't know what conversation is ahead. But we are very fine. Thanks to Chemo, thanks to Kojoki, thanks to Roland Avante, to Digital Rasta, Karen Series on camera, Richie Flex, editor, director of the show. Guys, if you've not subscribed to us, please do, and let's always do it together. Share your opinion. Don't insult anybody. Just share your opinion. That's what we are talking about. When you do that, you'll read them and get what information you are sending to us. My name is Sammy Flex. God bless you. And to those who have been asking about Class Showbiz, we will be coming on Class Showbiz tomorrow. That is Tuesday. We'll be coming on Wednesday, and maybe the rest of the days we are going on radio. You guys want me to be on radio, so we are also thinking about that. We do radio and TV together at the same time, so we can promote your songs as well for you guys. So yes, all is well, everything is fine. We will surely come back and tell you more. My name is Sammy Flex. We are out of here. Bye.